Well, hello again. It is December 31st, 2024. One of my favorite days of the year because I'm always so full of hope and excitement for the new year. I will say it hasn't always been like that. The last couple of years have been pretty damn dismal, and I lost hope. Certainly lost a lot of there's my little elves sticking out of the snow. Certainly lost a lot of optimism, let's say. But this year's different because I made a lot of good strides. Great strides, and it was really hard. I will not say. There's my little guy there. I can't think right now even what his name is. I had him given to me, and along with a few of them, lost a couple to frost last year. And I do know what that is. Believe it or not, I garden. I'm just not feeling very good and a little overwhelmed. And my brain, just getting old enough, my brain goes to hell pretty damn quick around here. Look at that. The end of December and we have running water. This is beautiful. I was going to make a video here yesterday, and I just might. A contemplation video, because it's so pretty. Dizzy, you're going to fall down. He likes to roll in the snow. He's blind. He don't care where. You gotta be careful. Anyway, as we were saying, best day of the year. This is a day I reserve, come hell or high water, to do planning for next year, to do reflection on the reflection on last year, planning for next year. It's so important. And like I said, for a few years, I was just digging myself out of one great big hole after another. My house had gone to absolute hell. I mean, it was so bad I would not have anybody even in it. And I was spending all my time trying to make it up. That's a long story I'll tell you about, I'm sure. And I couldn't seem to get anywhere at first. It was so frustrating. And it is still frustrating because I lost a lot of ground financially over the last 2 years, which I don't have. This video is for those of you who are working minimum wage. I have been sick over Christmas as well. I was planning to have my family over for my first time ever. We always went to in-laws and that for Christmas. First time I was going to have the kids over. We were going to have Christmas at home. And I got sick and didn't get to do anything at all. But anyway, I'm getting better, so that's good. And we're going to do it this time. So anyways, I lost a lot of ground financially. I am a minimum wage worker. I have all these animals to look after, which, yes, was my choice because I wanted to do something good. I had some time a couple of years ago, and I wanted to do something good. And I had always rescued animals, but never dogs so much. Cats. There was an unending number of cats coming to my door. I made sure they were all spayed and neutered and fed and homed. And I never turned any of them away, and they came to me, even at work, even at the store. People randomly would ask me if I know what to do with cats. I've got 4 right now because I got asked, and I really shouldn't have done it. But what are you going to do? Leave them in the snowbank and freeze like the rest of them did? And I mean, the rest of their litter. I still feel bad because there was a mom that I don't know what happened to. I should have taken her to. I was so overwhelmed, and I just feel there are things as you get older that really bring you down. I try not to think about it too much because I did everything I could, and he asked me for the kittens, not the mom. And I should have taken her too. And anyway, I'm going to work on my finances this year. I need to do a side hustle. This is going to be one of it, I just think. I know enough. And I have almost done so many things in my life that I'm going to pick up on some of them and get working on them because I dug myself out pretty much. I still have a little ways to go. still working on it, but this year is going to be an epic turnaround here. I've turned it around as much as I could in the last few years. And it's been, I envisioned a tractor trailer making a big U-turn, and it's a slow go. Maybe on a very, very narrow road, it's a slow go. One time I was dating a truck driver and we went east and took a wrong road and it turned into a goat path. And we literally had to make like 300-point turn in a truck with a load. And I think it was a great big huge piece of machinery. It was a wide load. I had to literally hang out the window to show him, to say, hey, you got 1 inch, maybe 1 more inch. And that is exactly what it was like these last couple of years. But I did it. I'm back on my way again. And this video is for minimum wage workers, people who maybe are on one income with a family that just don't have money. It's for low income people, okay? Because what I see a lot on YouTube, let's go this way, guys. We haven't been this way. I see on YouTube so much is normal income. I don't even know that I'd say that's the thing. It's just YouTube people want to make money, and you can't sell to people who don't have money because they don't have the money to buy things and shouldn't be buying things. I'd be quite happy if I could do my YouTube channel making some money from views and advertisers. I'd also be happy to sell my stuff that I do have coming for really cheap. It'd make it worth your investment to have the motivation and the guidance from somebody who has made every freaking mistake you can imagine. And but I've always worked very, very hard, harder than a lot of people. It's just me. I get up as soon as I can in the morning and work as hard as I can all day long. I work till I'm too tired to work. I nap so I can stay up a little bit longer or have a little more energy. And that's what I really had going for me. I have always been very, what's the name? It's not ingenious. I have a lot of ingenuity, we could say. I can take almost anything and make something out of it. And I'm really good at using what I have. These are all things I'm telling you, not to brag, but it's all stuff that you can do. Don't buy it, make it, or fix it. Use what you have. If you don't have much money, you really, really, really need to get to the point where you can pay your bills and have an emergency fund, which I know is laughable. And for me, honestly, I was just lucky that I got a little bit of a buffer because my dad left me some money when he died. Not a hell of a lot. It's something that I have to live with because it could have been more had he managed a shit ton of money properly. And I shouldn't even be worrying right now. That said, you also have to be grateful for what you have. Had he not left me anything, I would be so fucked right now. I will tell you that. So a cushion is worth everything. I basically have my emergency fund. Here, guys, let's push. This is something I do in my life. Come, guys. We're going to push this morning because we can. We got time and the trail's okay. Oh, careful, careful. Careful. Come here, this way. No, we're going up the hill. We're going up the hill. I get to go my way today. Good girls, good girls. What we do is we push sometimes. We could have taken the easy road. But we've got time. We're not working today. And the snow is walkable. We usually walk here no matter what, as long as I have time, but it's good today. I'll probably snowshoe here later if I possibly can, and that will be, for me, considered treat time, because I just still have so much on my plate to do today. And let's get down to the nitty-gritty. the big thing I'm doing today is going through everything on my credit card, and I am deleting crap that I pay for. Some of it has been for years, because I've been so busy just trying to catch up on stuff and recover emotionally. I've had a hell of a shit couple of years. I'm going to say 5 years of hell. And then a couple of years, which I said I've spent recovering, and emotionally took me a good year. And I mean, like journaling. I wrote a book, which I will put in the comments section. Look at this. We must take a minute for beauty. One of my best friends passed away last year. Circumstances were atrocious, and she was really big on spending a little bit of money. She knows there is a saying that some guy says that I'm going to look up, and it's about if you have, let's just put it in terms, you have $100 put aside. I think they might have said 20, but I'm going to say even 5 for beauty. It's so important. And my next book is The Road to Beauty. I can't wait. That's one of my big goals, is to get the time to get started on it. I need to still get my other book final edited and published. It's a book on narcissistic abuse. It's called Whispers Inside. And it is basically my inside workings. I wrote every single morning, probably for 2 years. It's not the story of what happened. It I guess is in there, but it's more it's poetry and irony and bitterness. It's very dark, very, very dark, but it's a good story. And I think it'll be helpful, because the biggest thing you look for when you've been abused is validation. I didn't sleep for a year or 2, so I was up all night on Quora. I do have an account there. You'll be able to read some of my stuff from a few years ago. I was obsessed with it because, and any narcissistic abuse videos, and tarot cards and astrology, because they were positive. And I needed something positive. And I am such a firm believer in validation. If anybody here has been abused, emotionally, in particular, by a narcissist or a psychopath, I have had both. As well as just like having crap. Family was atrocious upbringing, atrociously traumatic. It set me up for a life of not looking after myself, not putting myself first when I should have at all. And let me know, because I would like to have a few test readers, actually. So if you're seeing this video in time and would like to read it, I'll send it to you as soon as I get it in shape to go. You can tell me what you think about it. So, back to today is the last day of the year. The most important thing you can do today, if you're struggling, and even if you're not, is to go through your credit card, to go through all your subscriptions, and get rid of anything that you don't use. I've got software because I used to have an online business and it was really good. Stupidest thing I ever did was give it up. It was natural skincare. Worked my tail off for 15 years. Got divorced. Thought I needed something more stable. That was before YouTube blew up. I could have just stayed home and done my business all these years. I would have been just fine, because they sure as hell don't make any more than I would have been working minimum wage for fucking long hours, I'll tell you that. And there, I said it. Gotta do something different. And just running down the hill. We're running down that hill. And just do that. If you can do that, you will save yourself maybe enough to just say, okay, fine, I've been getting by with that all this time. I'll start putting that into my emergency savings account. The reason you want an emergency savings account isn't only to have money to pay for your stuff that will come up. I used to feel so victimized because I did have so much shit come up. And then I realized everybody does and that this is life. It was really, really depressing. But unfortunately, that's the way it is. So we get good stuff too. I found that crap would happen, and very often good stuff would come. Good stuff usually came from places I didn't expect it to come from, and so did the bad. Very strange thing. There's my duckies, my rescue duckies. It's $50 a month on food for nothing because none of them are laying except for one sometimes because a grouse hawk came this summer, wiped out 2 of them and traumatized the rest. And they haven't laid a bloody egg since. Oh, just right at the handle now. Lovely duckies. Anyway, so take the money, look at whatever you can delete today off your spending that you don't need. Be brutal. That was my other message today. I realized I wanted a pot out of the store. They're doing a thing, maybe some of you might recognize it. Get stamps for selling pots. I had wanted some, and then I thought, no, I don't really need them. Please don't get mixed up right now, guys. Come on. This is my life. I got one around my legs. Yeah, these are my pajamas, but they're flannel, or they're fleece. They're very warm. I wear them a lot. And that Value Village. Hardly anything. Okay. I just wanted to have a serious conversation for 3 seconds here. I wanted the pots, but I decided I couldn't do it. Same with my daughters. I thought maybe they might like some pots for their house. They're both saving. Probably till they're 40. They are saving. But they all said, no, don't really need a pot right now. I may not even need them at all. And it's just going to be clutter. Okay, Mish, we're not going up that way. Okay, it's too hard. There we go. And so I hemmed and hawed, decided I didn't want them, collected stamps, gave a bunch of them away to people who did want pots. Feel good about that. That's how I roll. But I really wanted to get this one pot the other day and maybe one for my sister. But that was going to be $50, $25 each. Really wanted the pots. Realized I don't need the pots. I've got pots. Would have been great to have. Perfect size. Had measurements inside. Had a spout on it. Had a straining lid. Had a glass lid. Beautiful. Perfect size for me by myself. Would have been a great addition to have. But it was a want, not a need. And at this time, I am steadily going backwards in my income, my bills. These dogs are a ticking time bomb, as well as the cats. As far as money goes, I had one pass away a couple years ago, cost me $2,000 overnight. It could have been $7,000. Had she not had the grace to pass away before the vet got their hands on her, rather than after. More useless tests on a dying dog. And yeah, don't get me started. I got no fucking sympathy for thieving fucking vets. There are some good ones. When I first started, I had an old guy, and he helped me out so much. I'll talk to him. I'll talk about him. He retired, and after that, it's been disappointing how I was able to do a lot of good because he helped me out. I paid, but he didn't soak me for every dime he could get every day, which is a lot of money when you're a vet. I think some vets out there should be fucking ashamed. I don't know how they even live with themselves. And actually, some don't. That's how horrid it is. It's because corporate has taken over the veterinary world. What do they call it? Private equity? I don't know. Big corp. All it is they push for their profits over the well-being of the animals or the people. I've seen so many people, family members and friends, broken because they love their animals so much and had a slight bit of hope given to them by these bastards when there was none. Thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars that they didn't have. Anyway, that's another tangent. I'm sure I'll get into again. I'm just mortified by the whole situation. Anyway, So, all that to say, I decided I don't have $25 to spend on a pot that I don't need. I want it, but I don't need it. I'm not in that position, and that's my mindset. It has been. I was like absolutely scared to death to spend a dime a year ago, let's say, like to the point of having heart palpitations and anxiety. And this year I was thinking, you know what? I don't have any disposable income. If I am afraid and am truly slipping backwards every year because I don't make enough money, I can't afford $25 on a pot I don't need. That's the mindset you have to have. It's unfortunate if you don't if you're not making enough to pay your bills, if you're not making enough to pay your bills plus save some for emergency fund, and that is for your mindset. That's to give you peace, because I know there's nothing like the anxiety of being scared to death you're going to lose your house, or you're going to have to let your animals die because you can't afford the vet, or any number of things. You're not going to be able to feed your kids, or you have to go to the grocery store and say no to pretty much everything and just get shit because you can't afford it. I said I shop at the grocery store now